All right, internet, hello. This is a little video walk around of my beloved 2020 Larry vs. Harry Love Ride E8000 eBullitt. I'm gonna do a little walk around and a little thorough go through the bike, kind of a la search for world's best bullet, world's greatest ultimate bullet. Oops. I'm here at Splendid Cycles in Portland, Oregon. We are the US importer for these bikes, so we see quite a lot of them come through the shop. I'll do a little quick walk around through here, the shop, after we get through the bike. But I've had this guy since about 2020, and I'm about to sell it. So for posterity, let's take a walk around. Starting at the front of the bike, stock wheels, both front and rear. I've often repeated that this year is kind of one of my favorite parts specs. With the Z brakes up here, Shimano Z brakes, dual piston, sorry, 4-piston. Stock wheel, but an upgraded tire. Got a Big Ben Plus on there, a little bit more of a nicer, soft riding tire than the Marathons or the Schwalbe pickup, which I usually will recommend for folks that are carrying really heavy loads. Stock Scraxle on here. We call those a Scraxle, kind of a through axle quick release hybrid. Did upgrade the light up on the front here to a Supernova. Not a ton brighter than the stock Bush & Muller, but the casing on this one is metal instead of plastic, so a little bit more beefy. You can see I'm running the version 2 steering damper on the bike here as well. Really love that. Adjustable, kind of 7 notches of adjustment there. This thing also acts as like a secondary steer stopper as well, so you can see the action kind of ends here, kind of giving you another extreme on either end of the steering action, in addition to the steer stop that's back on the linkage. I'm often asked if a damper is really necessary on these bikes, and my answer to that is usually depends on how old the bike is. So this 2020 model has a steering arm that is 19 millimeters. When they introduced the Bullitt X, they beefed up the steering arms across all the bikes. So on newer bikes like 2021 and newer, the 22 millimeter steering arm, I don't get as much flex in the steering and front wheel wiggle as you do on the older bikes. So I often tell folks the damper is less necessary if you have that fatter steering arm. On my next Bullitt, I'm probably gonna go without one. Maybe try a Visco set out instead, but have really liked this, especially when I'm hauling really heavy stuff, adults or heavy cargo. So stock headset on here otherwise, and that's kind of the front end. I'm running tubes in this, just a little bit of bling here in the pink, and I think I'm running semi-metallic brake pads up there, and right now I've got a Tektro rotor. I find these one-piece rotors a little bit beefier. They don't bend quite as easily as the ones that have like multiple sections to them. So good stuff up there. And talk about the deck a little bit. This is a wooden deck that we get produced here at Splendid Cycles. Just wood, untreated, so We advise customers to either lacquer this or paint it like I've done. I put some holes down all across to have points to, you know, bungee stuff down to, and then a little bit of skateboard grip tape on the top of there. Usually I'm running a big tote bin on the front of this, so like a 25-gallon tote bin. Fits in there really nicely, like a $9 bin. Beats a box that costs thousands of dollars. Another little detail over here I missed to talk about. Get the camera up here. You'll see a little junction here in my brake hose. So this is a brake junction that we used to have made for us here in Portland to, you know, extend the front hydraulic hose. I took a really bad crash on this bike and dug this corner of the bike into the ground, burst my hydraulic hose, and so rather than run a whole new length of hose, I just kind of sealed it together with this joint here and called it a day. That holds up really great. Let's carry on. So, got the deck, got lots of good stickers, as you can see. Splendid Cycles, Safety Third, got Outlander Cycle Repair. Shout out the homies, Pink Tag Bags. We've got Tumbleweed up here. I used to have a googly eye right there, so when one fell off, my friend added an eye patch. I've got so many of these QC stickers. You might recognize those from the rims of this bike. Take a trip at a bend. Yeah, loads and loads and loads of stickers. I really should count at some point. Moving on to the middle of the bike. Got my slick PDW bottle here, kind of matches the vibe of the bike. That's being held by a Chris King bottle cage. 500 watt-hour battery on this one. That's what it came stock with, I believe. I usually run 2 of those batteries, just kind of switching between the 2. You'll also see I've got the nice new panel bags here from Larry vs. Harry. This is like my tool kit on one side, and usually like straps and tie downs and jackets in the other. This zipper I did kind of manhandle a little bit, and I had a buddy of mine here in Portland replace the slider with a genuine YKK slider. The ones on there to begin with weren't terrible, but don't try and squeeze an Nalgene bottle in there and zip it up because you're gonna break it like I did. Lots more good stickers here. Meat Machine Cycles. We got Bicycle Pubes hiding in there. We got Ravello. We got UBI. We got local businesses. So many. Moving up the headset. Stock headset here. Added a little bit of bling at the column here with the wolf tooth stuff. We got the Satori Easy Up and my cockpit. Kind of go through my cockpit here a little bit if we can get the camera down angled right. So a nice wide Jones bar on the bike here. 710 or 20 mil wide. Don't make fun of my grips. Someone's already made like the Mad Max joke. I think these look badass, but what this is an ergon grip just wrapped in cloth tape and then grabbed onto for months, obviously. The Z-brake lever is really nice. You can see a little bit of use there. I love this kind of wear on a bike with a lot of miles on it, just the anodizing rubbing off. I'm really gonna miss these shifters too. I love the feedback and the clicking there. I did downsize my screen from the stock screen. This one is a little smaller, not color like the stock one. Not a lot of battery here. Let's see. 12,033 miles on the bike at the moment. That's a lot of miles. We got bags from Roadrunner. Love this guy, real big. What's in here right now? Nothing too fun. We got a pencil. We got a bandana with a bunch of first aid tips on it. And then this bag, I really do love this roll top bag from Randy Joe. Oh, sorry about the camera work here. From Randy Joe. Cool little fidlock clip here, and it opens right up. Lots of goodies in there all the time. Snacks, keys, you know, glasses, poop bags, dog stuff. Usually a lot of trash. Camo grip on the front. And yeah, that's the cockpit. Moving on, some more stickers. This is critical. Little lifting handle to move the bike around. I find that a lot nicer than reaching around because you got these zip ties down there, and really nice, nice little piece of hardware or software, hardware. Soft goods. Matching supernova light on the tail here. Love this little guy on a little bracket here, made locally in Portland. This is from Frame Builder Supply. We got the safety pizza in the grandma square. Hashtag rare. And just a stock saddle from Larry vs. Harry on there too. Pretty agreeable for my rear end, but everybody's different. And then just more bling from Wolf Tooth on the seat post collar there too. We got more sticks. We got cute cats. We got mushrooms. We got cool hands. We got TRP. We got Carry Shit Olympics. Had lots of TRP stickers, so we got ripped. And the drivetrain on the bike is going to be a Shimano XT, all Di2, so shift by wire here, as you saw up at the cockpit. This front chainring slightly smaller than typical. I want to say this is a 39 tooth, yeah, 39 teeth, narrow wide chain. See lots of high mileage rub here. I'm surprised this isn't more silverized, to be honest. Some IC or EC pedals. These held up really great, really kind of starting to finally show their age though. I've definitely buried these into the ground a few times, but held up really awesome for a plastic pedal. I would buy these again if I can find them. But back to the drivetrain though. I usually run one of these CNE 8000 level e-bike chains on this. I don't know if that's what's on here right now. I can't quite see. But anyway, the Shadow Plus XT derailleur running an 1146 cassette. A little dirty right now, not terrible, but kind of typical of the way it usually looks from getting ridden all the time. These are trailer mounts for a Surly rear trailer. Let's see, we got one on either side here. We use these bikes to move bullets that are still in cartons off-site here at the shop. So I can put one bullet in a carton on the front of this bike and then haul 3 on a trailer behind it. So it's super cool. Moving around again, back on the rear wheel again, stock wheel on the bike. I really did think I was gonna rebuild some wheels for this thing, but these held up really good. I think the rear's got like just a teeny little hop in it, but after 12,000 miles, that's pretty darn good. I've maybe broken one spoke back here. Pretty awesome for a stock wheel set. I'm squeezing a 2-inch tire in there. You'll see very tight, but there is clearance in there. Can't quite get the camera into where you could see that. Let's see. Yeah, it's close, but it's clear. My gimbal is beeping, sorry. And yeah, to talk a little bit about the drive unit again. Get this to focus. This is an E8000 from 2020. I believe that's a 70 Newton meter system. Really did like it. Never had any problems with the motor. I believe I replaced the speed sensor at one point. Just failed, my bad, quit reading. Occasionally I'll get error, codes, E10, which is like a ambiguous software error in the motor, but other than that, it hasn't thrown that in a long time. Super reliable system, and you know, when this kicks the can, it could, you know, get refreshed with a new one, or you could put a newer EP8 on this bike as well. It's the same kind of motor fitment as this older E8000. So that's the bike. I think that was plenty thorough enough for the internets, for the YouTubes, because I know somebody's going to ask. This work stand is from EVT, Efficient Velo Tools. Let's get this to focus here. That is a local brand out of the Portland area. They're made right across the river in Camas. These work stands really, come on, phone, focus. These work stands are really a lifesaver. So in this column, there's a counterweight that will help you lift the weight of the heavy bikes up. And so they sit here on this big steel plate on the ground, and there's levers. You can kind of see, get the bikes up and out of the stand really easily. All right, I think that's it because my gimbal is really angry. Thanks for watching. This has been the Love Ride Lowdown. See you next time.